Welcome to a new video lesson. In today's lesson, I will give an analysis of the scene 1 of the Good Person of Szechwan. So, let's begin. The prologue of this play ends with the gods giving Shente some money and departing. Scene 1 changes to a next place, which is a small tobacconist. Okay, the scene shows a shop which has not yet been properly installed and not yet open. So we see that we can guess what it has been or it has occurred, but our guessing is given a right direction by the dialogue of Shente that is being addressed to the audience. So from the very first line of the scene 1 of the Good Person of Szechwan, we are seeing that Brecht is using his technique of breaking the fourth wall. So Shente is addressing the audience by saying, "It is now 3 days since the gods have left. They told me they wanted to pay for their lodging, and when I looked at what they had given me, I saw it was more than 1,000 silver dollars. So the gods had paid her with pots of more than 1,000 silver dollars, and she used that money to buy a tobacconist business." Okay, so it has been 3 days from the prologue, that is the time when the gods had left, and what we are seeing here is that she has used the money in a correct path. She has used the money in a correct way in order to leave a path of respectfulness, a path which should be respected, where we see that she is now doing business of somewhat respectable order. She has left her path of being a prostitute, and she is now a businessman. Okay, so she has used that money to buy a tobacconist business. She has used that. She has moved in here yesterday, and she hopes that she will do a great business. But what she says? "Look, Mrs. Sheen, for instance, the old owner of the shop. Yesterday she came to ask for rice for her children, and today I again see her bringing her pot across the square." So Shente has bought this business from Mrs. Sheen, but Mrs. Sheen is now bringing a pot in order to get some rice. Why? That is of no use. She has been paid, Mrs. Sheen has been paid well, but instead of that, Mrs. Sheen is out there to ask to get more favor out of Shente. So from the very first appearance, the shrewdness and the scheming nature of people of Szechwan is projected here. In spite of being paying well, in spite of Mrs. Sheen being paid well, she is now after Shente to get free rice. Okay. Enter Mrs. Sheen. The women bow to one another. They ask how it has all been. Mrs. Shin, you don't know what is bad. Mrs. Shente, out of courtesy, asks, I like. How did the children spend the night? How did Mrs. Shin's children spend the night? Mrs. Shin says, oh, in someone's house. If you can call that shack a house. The babies started coughing. So she had problems. Her children had problem living in the new place where they had taken shelter. That is being said here. Shente says that's bad. In reply, Mrs. Shin says, you don't know what's bad. You have got it good. But you will find plenty to learn in a dump like this. The whole districts are slum. Underline you if you can. Underline up to dump like this. Why I am saying you to underline this? It is because this line is a kind of premonition. This line is working as a premonition. Yes, she does not know anything. She only knows about being good. I am talking about Shente. Shente knows only about being good. She knows nothing. She knows nothing about the shrewdness. Okay. So Mrs. Shin's words act as a premonition. What premonition? As we will look further into the play, we will see that this place really does teach Shente a lesson. This place does show how to be a shrewd one, how to survive here. Okay. Shente, that is right. What you told me though, that is the cement workers call in here at midday. So Shente is looking for customers in order to sell the tobacco, the cigarettes that she has in the shop. She asks, does the cement you say that the cement workers come here at midday. Do you say it so? You say it so. When do they come and all that? Mrs. Shin says, but not a customer otherwise, not even the locals. So Mrs. Shin has used a duplicacy of words. What she has supposedly said that the cement workers come here. The cement workers come here at midday. But and Shente has thought that they must come here in order to buy tobacco and cigarettes and everything. So in that way they can get in that way she can get much money out of that. She can do business out of that. But now Mrs. Shin is saying that they don't come as customers. Not even the locals come as customers. So they are as if freebies. They are as freebies. So the hope out of which she has bought this shop, the hope of customers that she had is shattered at the very beginning. The group of customers that she was targeting is shattered. Shente so confronts, you didn't tell me that when you sold me the business. Obviously, why she will tell. Mrs. Shin, that's right. Throw it in my face. First you take the roof away over the children's head, and then it is nothing but dump and slum. It is more than I can bear. So Mrs. Shin was after she was looking for selling this place in order to get something good, because this place does not provide anything. This place does not provide anything good, does not provide any way out, does not give any benefit So when she has been charged of falsity. She is acting strange. She is being hysterious. Okay. She is behaving hysterically. What does she say? She says that, okay, now you are going to attack me, or some sort of that. You want to accuse me of that? Throw it on me. And first you have taken the roof over my head, and now you are saying all this. Such shrewdness and emotional blackmailing is seen from the very first page itself. We haven't crossed the first page. So, such shrewdness and emotional blackmailing is done in order to get more benefits out of Shente. Shente has not snatched the roof from her. Okay, she has bought it from her. The emotional blackmailing is in order to take more from Shente. It is a device to cheat her more. And Shente, as naive as she is, she quickly says, I will get your rise. So she does not want anyone to be upset, as Mrs. Shin was weeping, has started weeping. Okay, I will get your rise. Mrs. Shin says, I was going to ask you if you could lend me some money. So yesterday Mrs. Shin has come to ask for some rice for her children. Now she has come to ask to lend her some money. What is that? Okay, she has sold the place, got her money. Now she is again asking money for, in a way of loan. She is asking to lend Shente some money. What you have done with the money that you have got from selling the place? See, from the very beginning, how she is cheated, how Shente is cheated. She has bought the shop from her. Even after that, she is giving her rice. She is giving Mrs. Shin rice. And Mrs. Shin is again asking for money. So, ওই খেতে দিলে বসতে দিলে শুতে চায়, ওরকম আর কি কথাবার্তাগুলো. So, the more you give, they ask more and more. This is the problem with society. The more you behave in a better way, the more you be good to people, the other people will treat you more badly. They will take advantage of you. They do not see you as a person. They do not see you as a friend. They do not see you as a help. They only see you as an opportunity to make use of that in order to satisfy their needs. Such are the people. They are not here. They will not be here in your needs. Okay, that is the society. Even today, in your life also, you will see that when you ask for help from friends, they won't give a help. They will provide you excuses that, see na, my problem is this and that. But when he or she was in any kind of danger, or he or she was facing any kind of problems, you were the first one to help him or her out of that situation. You bailed her out, or bailed him out. But they forget that when you are in need. But if you say that I will not help you even once, that other person will constantly speak to others about this incident only, that you have rejected of helping, but will never remember those instances when you have gone out of your way to help him or her. That is the society. That is the society today. That was the society during Shente, or the time that Breast is presenting here. Whatever. Shente, as she pours rice into the bowl, I can't do that. I haven't sold anything yet. So, even before she has made any money, other people are coming in order to take some money. Mrs. Shin is saying, but I need it. What am I to live on? You have taken everything I got. Now you are cutting my throat. I will leave my children on your doorstep, you bloodsucker. She snatches the pot from her hands. So how ridiculous is that? Mrs. Shin is accusing Shente of destroying her life, of taking everything from her. But she has paid for that. You use that money in order to satisfy your needs. No, she wants more and more money and keeps on accusing Shente of destroying her life. Shente, as cool as ever, don't be so bad-tempered. You will spill your rice. So, Shente is not caring about her own reputation. She is caring about spilling of the rice, the destruction, the wasting of the rice that she has, that Mrs. Shin has. Enter an elderly couple and a shabbily dressed man. So, who are these people? These people are part of the family of 8. Okay, so they are entering. These are the lot who are again here to take advantage of Shente's condition, Shente's well of condition. Okay. The woman. Shente dear, we heard you were doing so nicely now. See the words, now. তুমি এখন ভালোভাবে আছো. So they have heard, they are well, she is well off now, so now they have come to take advantage of her. Few days back when she was not able to pay her rent, and even before that she had to sell herself in order to sustain in this society, then no one was there to help her in order to sustain in this society. Okay, such is life. Why you have set up in business? Just fancy, we are without a home. Our tobacconist shop has folded up. We wondered if we might not spend a night with you. You know my nephew, he can't abide being separated from us. The nephew looking round, smashing shop. So with them there is another one nephew. So they have not come alone, they have brought their nephew also. So they are the part of the family of 8. So the elderly couple has come, and along with them the nephew has come. Mrs. Shin, who's this lot? Shente says, when I arrived here from the country, they were my first landlords. So Shente knows them. She has stayed with them when she came from the countryside. Okay. To the audience, to us, to the audience, she is telling the actual truth, the deeper truth. What is that? When my small funds ran out, they threw me on the streets. They are probably frightened that I will say no. They are poor. They have no shelter. They have no friends. They need someone. How can they be refused? So, such scheming people. The real truth, the deeper truth is presented here. They had thrown out Shente, but now they are here to take advantage from her. How scheming? They are here in order to take advantage of Shente's position, Shente's well of condition. They have no means, they have no, what can I say, hamdardi. They have no compassion, they have no liking for Shente. But what they have, they are here only for their own benefit. But Shente is a person who cannot see these evil designs. Evil designs. They are being projected by Shente as poor, which is a surface level existence. Okay, the surface level existence are being seen by Shente. What are they? They are poor. They have no shelters, so they need shelter. They have no friends, so they need friends. How can they be refused? So Shente also says that they are probably frightened that I will say no. It is obvious thing that a person who has been thrown out of the house will now will not allow them to get in. Right? That is the nature of the society. That is what happens in society. In normal world, in a world where there is tit for tat, right? But in a place where people like Shente are living, they do remember those things, but they do not take revenge out of that situation. Okay, they try to help those people even in their dangers, even in their problematic positions. Okay, addressing the woman in a friendly voice, welcome to you. I will gladly give you lodging, but all I have is a tiny room at the back of the shop. And the goodness of Shente is that in spite of remembering all the things that has happened with her, all the problems that she has faced due to them, she still welcomes them to provide them the lodging. So she is a good person. Okay, but this goodness is ultimately hampering her. This goodness will ultimately bring problems in her life. Okay, the man that will do us. So Shente says that she has a tiny room at the back of the shop, but the man says that will be quite enough for them. While Shente fetches them tea, see the courtesy, see the welcoming Shente is doing. She has not sold a single piece till now, a single thing till now, yet she is after taking care of the guests, unwanted guests. Okay, I suppose you picked on a tobacconist to remind you of your first home, so they are emotionally toiling with her. তুমি নিশ্চয়ই টোব্যাকো বিজনেস নিয়েছো তোমার প্রথম বাড়ির কথা মনে করে, তাই না? So he is saying that you must have taken the tobacconist business which reminds you of the first home. So he is emotionally toiling with her in order to get sympathy, in order to get into the good books. We will be able to give you 1 or 2 tips. That's another reason for coming to you. So they are showing that the man is showing that they are of help. They are of help to Shente. They have come here in order to help Shente, so that they can give Shente some business advices. they are expert in which they are expert in, right? All the show-offs. What? Mrs. Shin sardonically, let's hope one or two customers come too. The woman, is that meant for us? The man, shh, here's a customer already. Entered a tattered man. The unemployed man, excuse me miss, I am out of a job. Mrs. Shin laughs. Shente, what can I do for you? The unemployed man, they say you are opening up tomorrow. I thought people sometimes find things in bad conditions when they unpack them. Can you spare a fag? The woman, oh, what cheek, begging for tobacco. It isn't as if had been bread. The unemployed man, bread's expensive. A few pops of a fag and I am a new man. I am so done. So the unemployed man comes in order to get some business or get some things done. But his real motive, his real intention is to get some cigarettes out of the business. He has been asked to get a bread, but he says that the bread is expensive. So a few puffs of a cigarette will do her good. Shente gives him cigarette. That's very important, being a new man. I shall open up with you. You will bring me luck. So Shente is so optimistic about his well-being. She is a Panglossian. Okay? Stupidly optimistic. She believes this unemployed man's taking of a cigarette will bring her luck. She has not sold anything. Even before that, she gives away a cigarette. That useless expenses starts. So she is a stupidly optimistic person, which gives her goodness rather some nature of stupidity. She is stupidly good. Goodness should, in my previous video I have mentioned about goodness and everything, the examples of trees, straight trees and crooked trees and everything. You can go and watch that video. Whatever. Here this goodness is a straightforward goodness which is unalloyed. Okay, which leads to her own destruction, which will bring her own destruction. The unemployed man hastily lights a cigarette, inhales and goes off coughing. The woman, was that wise, my dear? So they are now giving her advice, but he said he hadn't anything. So Shente is a person who is good at heart. She is humble, she is good at heart, and in order to help that man sustain, she gave that. The woman, shaking her head, says, you are too good. Shente, if you want to hang on to your business, you'd better be able to refuse sometimes. Underline, refuse sometimes. The man, say it isn't yours. Say it belongs to a relation, and he isn't, and he insists on strict accounts. So the woman is saying that you should refuse sometimes. Okay? How novel. Ironically, they are the people who should have been refused. They have turned Shente out of the house. Right? They are the people who should have been refused, but they are the ones who are advising Shente so that Shente refuses those unwanted people who come to take advantage out of Shente's well-off position now. Okay. Mrs. Shin, anyone would who didn't always want to play the lady bountiful. Shente laughs, grumble away. The room won't be available and the rice goes back in the sack. The woman shot. Is the rice yours too? Shente to the audience. They are bad. They are no man's friend. They grudge even a bowl of rice. They need it all themselves. How can they be blamed? So, Shente knows everything. In spite of that, Shente knows that they are bad. In spite of that, she is helping them. She is there to help them. That is the goodness we see. Okay? When we come to know about the actual character of a person, when a person is bad, when we actually come to know, we turn different. We are, even if we are good, so-called good, even if we are a good person, when we know that this person is bad, we generally turn away from that person. But real good does not turn away from bad. Okay? Enter a little man. Mrs. Shin sees him and leaves hurriedly. I will look in tomorrow then. So, as Shente says that she will take away the rice and everything, Mrs. Shin leaves quickly. Little man starts after her. Hey, Mrs. Shin, just the person I want. I wanted to talk to you. So the little man is the carpenter. Okay, he has done the racks. He has worked for the racks in the business, for which he has not been paid by Mrs. Shin. So in order to escape from him, Mrs. Shin is now leaving quickly. Mrs. Shin is supposed to have paid for those racks, right? Those wooden racks, but she hasn't paid, but she has sold the business. And now the order of paying those racks, the duty of paying for those racks is now on the shoulder of this Shinte, who is a knave soul. Little man, she knows why she is running away. Are you the new proprietress? I see you are stocking up your shelves. But they aren't yours. Let me tell you, unless you pay for them. The old ragamuffin who was squatting here didn't pay. To the others, I am the carpenter. See? So the little man is a carpenter. She is saying that Mrs. Shin has not paid for the racks, for the shelves that has been made by the carpenter, and now Shente has to pay for it. Shente says, I thought that was a part of the fittings I paid for. Obviously, when you buy a home, or rather when you buy a shop, when you buy a shop, generally you are to buy it with all those things inside, of mainly the racks and the attachments within it, right? But when it has not been paid, they will ask for it. The person who has worked for it will ask for it, right? That is what is happening. Carpenter says, I want my 100 silver dollars on my names, not Linto. So if they have to, Shinte have to pay for it, have to pay 100 silver dollars. That is the demand of the carpenter. So everyone is after getting a share. Everyone is getting a share. The carpenter, Shinte, how can I pay? I have no money left. The carpenter, then I will have to sold up on the spot, pay on the spot, and you will sold up. the man prompts Shente, your cousin. So the man prompts that proprietor bolche the relation belongs to another person, to a relative. So the man is prompting the man who has come along with that woman, is saying that, say him that your cousin this property belongs to your cousin. Okay, so say that your cousin will pay for it or something like that. Shente, can't you make it next month? The carpenter, no. Shente, don't be too mad, Mr. Linton. I can't satisfy all demands at once. To the audience, a slight convenience and one's powers are doubled. Look how the cart horse stops before a tuft of grass. Wink one eye for an instant, the horse pulls better. Show but a little patience in June, and the tree and August is sagging with peaches. How for the patience, but for the patience could we live together? The brief postponement brings the most distant goal within reach. So for the audience, she is trying to say that a little convenience helps us to double things. A little patience helps us to get a lot of things. If we buy time, if we get time in our hands, we will be able to deal with things in a much better way. For example, same 5 students who have been promoted to same 6, they know it very much. They were worrying about how much time they will be getting before the exams. They thought that they will be getting only 2 to 3 months max, but they have got a lot more than they have expected. The cost is very heavy. The cost is paid by some other people, but whatever. The thing is, when we get hold of time, when we get time in our hands, we can deal with things in a better way. The carpenter, to the carpenter, please be patient. The woman says to the carpenter, put your claim in writing and Mrs. Shente's cousin will pay. So she is asking the carpenter to make a bill, and the cousin of Shente, who is actually imaginary, that is being made up by the people over here, the woman, in order to save Shente, but that will act as a boomerang, whatever. They are making it up in order to save her. Okay. He tips the shelving over, sits down in it and writes out his bill. The woman, he have the clothes of your back in the rotten old plank if you don't stop him. My advice is never admit a claim, right or wrong, or you will smothered in claims, right or wrong. So throw a bit of meat in the dustbin and every mongrel in the place will be at each other's throat in your backyard. What are the solicitors for? So they are acting as if they are here to help Shente. The woman is saying that they will claim. Don't claim anything right or wrong. When you are imposed with anything, when you are given and everything that you have to follow this and that, don't directly accept it. Shente says he has done some work and can't go away with nothing. He has a family too. See, Shente's goodness is still prevalent. Shente's goodness says that she should not be robbed of the work. The carpenter should not be robbed of the work he has done. Right? So, in order to help him, he should be paid. But the woman is saying that you should not accept whatever is given to you. Okay. The man, you did your bit when you took us in. That's more than enough. So they're selfish people. They know of their own well-being only. Okay. Enter a limping man and a pregnant woman. They are the other two members of the family of 8. So 3 people have come, the woman, the man and the nephew, and now 2 other. So 5 till now. The limping man to the couple. So there you are, a credit to the family. I don't think going and leaving us waiting at the corner. Woman embrace. That is my brother Wang, W-U-N-G, and my sister-in-law. To the 2, stop nagging and sit quietly out of the way and don't bother our old friend Miss Shente. To Shente, we ought to take them both in. I think what with my sister-in-law being 4 months gone, or are you against it? So they are acting as if they are helpless. Okay, অন্যের মাথায় কাঁঠাল ভেঙে খেতে চায় তো, তার জন্য এই অবস্থা। যাই হোক, তা বলছে তুমি কি ওদেরকে তাড়িয়ে দেবে? 4 মান্থ হচ্ছে প্রেগনেন্ট হয়ে রয়েছে, তা তুমি কি হচ্ছে ওদেরকে তাড়িয়ে দেবে? সো উইল ইউ টার্ন দেম অফ, উইল টার্ন দেম ডাউন? Shente says you are welcome. So they have advised Shente to say no sometimes, right? Shente should have followed in their case too, but she has not done so. Enter Shente laughing to the audience as she brings tea. Yes, just as well I have got it. Even after welcoming them, they are being offered tea. In the meantime, Mrs. Mitzu, M-I-T-Z-U, the proprietress, comes with a document in her hand. Okay. Mitzu is asking for a deal for the rent of this place. So, and also she is asking that I suppose you can provide me with 1 or 2 references. What are the references for? References of character and references from person who can support her claim of this business. Okay. Mrs. Mitsu, you see, I have really no idea who you are. Right? So, in order, she has to provide someone who can be a guarantor to her. Okay? The man, can we vouch for Miss Shente maybe? We have known her ever since she came to town and we had cut off our right hands for her. So they have done a lot that they are saying. And who are you? The man, I am Mafu, tobacconist. Where's your shop? I haven't got a shop at the moment. It's like this. I have just sold it. To Shente. And is there no one else who can give me any information about you? The woman, prompting, cousin, your cousin. So the cousin is of help. Cousin-ই তাদেরকে help করতে পারবে. Mirzu, but you must have someone who can tell me what kind of tenant I am getting in my house. Okay. So Shente slowly with lowered eyes. I have got a cousin. So for the first time, she is telling a lie. At least in this section. Okay. তার আগে কি বলেছে জানি না. What she has told before is not known to us. But in this section, she is telling slowly that she has a cousin who can support her claims or say how she is as a person. Okay. Shente, he does not live here, he is in another town. The woman, in Shang. Weren't you saying? Mishwita, in Shang. So the carpenter, I am just making out the bill. There you are. He hands it over. The the nephew calling after him, don't you worry, her cousin will pay. So everyone is saying that the imaginary cousin will pay. So they are after a scheme, they are after a planning that the imaginary nephew will never come and they will never be paid. Okay, that is their plan. That is the woman, the nephew, the man's plan. But Shente is using in order to save her. Okay, the woman, it's bound to come out now. The sister-in-law, why the nephew? This setup won't last long. She is saying to the nephew that this setup, that is, this business will not last long. Because they have the experience. Giving away too much won't last long. Enter an old man guided by a boy. So, they are entering. So, last it was 5. Now, they are entering 2%. 5 plus 2, 7. And then another one will be coming around. So, the boy calling, here they are. The woman, hello grandpa, to Shente. The dear old man, he must not have been worrying about us. And the youngster, look how he has grown. He eats like an ostrich. Who else have you got with you? So, the last person who is there, the man looking out, only your niece. So, the family of 8 is complete. Okay. To Shente, a young relation from the country. I hope we weren't too many for you. We weren't such a big family when you used to live with us. Were we? Ah, yes, we grew and grew. So, family of 8, all here to exploit the goodness of Shente. The woman is saying, the man is saying rather, when Shente used to live with them, they were not such a big house. They were not such a big family. Okay, because obviously they were living in their own house. If more people live in a same house, the owner of the house has to pay for it, pay for their living, pay for their fooding, right? So, when they are out in some other's place out of free of cost, they are there in numbers as they are not paying for it, right? Whatever. The woman, who else has... yes, we grew. But we would better lock up or we will have no peace. So, they are saying that they are to lock up over here, they would stay over here in a locked condition, so else they won't be having a peace. She shuts the door and all sit down. The woman, the great thing is, we must not get any way in the shop. It is up to you to keep the home fires burning. See, selfish people. So, that is, they won't help Shente in running the shop, but they would surely depend on her earning to feed them. Right? বাড়িতে হচ্ছে আগুন জ্বালানোর দায়িত্ব, মানে আগুন বলতে হচ্ছে ফায়ার, রান্নার আগুন জ্বালানোর দায়িত্ব হচ্ছে Shente. But they won't help her in the business. These people who have taken shelter, taken lodging in Shente's house, Shente's room in the backside of the shop, they won't help her in the business. It is up to Shente, and it is on Shente to do her business and help her and help herself and help these people to live. L-I-V, not L-E-V. Okay, they are supposed to be fed by Shente. They are supposed to be kept under a shelter by Shente. What are they to Shente? Nothing. but they are as if imposing their existence. They are imposing their existence on Shente, whom they have turned away. Okay. The others, we planned it like this: the kids will be out during the day and only grandpa and sister-in-law will stay, and perhaps me. The others will just be looking in once or twice during the day. See, light the lamp, boys, and make yourselves at home. So she is acting as if it is her home. She is the owner of this house. She is asking them to make themselves comfortable, light the lamp and all those things. The nephew does not blow in tonight, though, old Mr. Shweta. So I hope the cousin does not blow in tonight, though old Mr. Shweta. The sister-in-law laughs. So they are naming the cousin. So they are naming the cousin of Shente. That is, the name of the cousin is Shuita, Shuita. Okay, so what we are seeing here is that they are making fun of him. They are making fun of, not him, making fun of the situation, that the trick they had used in order to fool those people. Okay, the brother reaching for a cigarette, one more or less won't matter. So they are taking cigarettes out of the business without paying. Obviously it won't matter to them, as Shen is to provide for them. Shen is to pay for it. একটা কম হলো কি বেশি হলো সিগারেট কিছু যায় আসে না, কারণ সেনতেই তো পে করবে ওটার জন্য. Okay, this is projected here as a group of people who are after satisfying their own needs and not in a position to help themselves, and they are here to take benefits, take advantage out of the goodness that is present within Shente. The man, you bet, they all help themselves to something smoked. The brother hands round a jug of wine. So they are using all the things that were meant for Shente, that were supposed to be used by Shente alone. But all these people are here and using all those things in order to satisfy their needs. The grandfather solemn to Shente, hello. Shente is confused by the delayed greeting and bored. In one hand she holds the carpenter's bills, in other the agreement of the lease. She has tension of the lot. Right, she has tension from each ends. She has to pay for the rent, for the agreement of the house, for shop, and in another hand she has to pay for the bills of the carpenter and her stocks of the business. The cigarettes are ending quite fast. The wine that was kept is also ending. And here these people who are not known to her, they are known to her, but who does not belong to her relatives' clan, they are no one to her, has come here. They are here and are taking advantage of Shente. The nephew, grandpa, can kick off, entertain the hostess. Can you people sing something to entertain our hostess? So the music is being used, Song of the Smoke. The grandfather says, once I believe intelligence would aid me. I was an optimist when I was younger. Now that I am old, I see it hasn't paid me. How can intelligence compete with hunger? And so I said, drop it. So this drop it term is used throughout this song. I am coming to drop it. The man says, there seems to be no way to get ahead. Likewise, I say, drop it. So the drop it is used again, like the smoke twisting grey into the colder coldness you will blow away. Even the knees, the old, they say, find little fun in hoping. But for young, they say the gates are open. They open, so they say, on nothingness. I too say, drop it. What does drop it symbolize? The drop it is escapist tendency. Escapism or escaping from the struggle of life. They are the person who will not struggle to exist. They will not struggle, they will not fight to exist. Whoever they are, the grandfather who is the oldest one, right? He won't fight for a living. He will find all the tricks in order to sustain. Whereas a middle-aged man who is there, he is also of a escapist tradition. He is also following the escapist tradition, right? Where he also does not want to fight for his living. Whereas the niece, who is of the younger lot, she also says that drop it. The young says the gates are open. The gates are open not for possibilities but for nothingness. The nothingness, all this nothingness that is present in the society makes her escape or makes her to choose the escape plan in order to survive. Okay, that is the problem of the society when you have no options to live. এখানটায় সবাইকে শুধু মানুষকে দোষ দিলে হবে না. You cannot blame the people only. You have to take the conditions of the society also into account. Okay, if the society does not give you the opportunity to work and live, to get the money, to get sustenance out of that money that you are earning, what will people do? They will try either to steal something from others, which is the easiest way that can happen to them, and even to people who cannot steal. What will happen? They can only sustain by living like a parasite on others. That is what is happening. They are escaping from fight. They are escaping from the fight of the life. So drop it. Drop the plan of fighting. Drop the plan of fighting for surviving. Okay. The nephew, where did the wine come from? The sister-in-law. He pawned the sack of tobacco. So they haven't got the wine. So the wine was not for Shente. Shente had not bought it. They have pawned the tobacco to get the wine. So again we are seeing here is that Shente is being used. Shente has been used. Shente's things has been used to satisfy their needs. Okay. The brother, the man, what? The tobacco was all we need, all we had left. We didn't touch it even to get a bed. You dirty bastard, the brother. Call a bastard just because my wife's half frozen, who's been drinking it. They struggle, the shelves collapse. So this shows how goodness is being exploited. This also shows being too much good ultimately brings the person's destruction only. If you be good to an extreme level without the crookedness that I said in the last video, you are going to be destroyed. Other people will struggle, but the collapse, the destruction that will come to you. The destruction will be for you. Okay, that is what is being shown over here. The shelves collapse. No hurt is being done to these people. The shelves are collapsing. Shelves which are not being paid for. The shelves for which she has to pay for. But they are already being destroyed. Even before the shop is being opened. Okay, Shente touches them. Look out for the shop. Don't smash everything. It is a gift of the gods. Take whatever's there if you want, but don't smash it. Okay, Shente is being too much good. Shente is being good to the extreme point. She is asking them to take whatever they want, but don't do any harm to don't destroy the shop which has been in a gift from the gods. The woman's skeptically. It is a smaller shop than I thought. A pity we went and told auntie and the others. So this woman has said to other people also to come along. Okay, they have asked other people to come along. মানে অন্যের টাকায় মাতব্বরি করে থাকা। যাই হোক, the first part is also important. The first part is mainly important. It says, it is a smaller shop than I thought. What did the man say? The man said, we can adjust here. We will stay in a small shop. Okay, but now they are living here for free. Still they have complaints. এখানটা ফ্রিতে থাকছে তবুও তাদের ছোট জায়গা এখানটা থাকা যায় নাকি। So what we are seeing here is that যত দেবে তত দরকার বেড়ে যাবে. The more you give, their demands increase more and more. So you should take restraint. You should restrain your giving capabilities. You should not be good thoroughly. You should be a good person with a crooked one. The sister-in-law, our hostess, is getting a bit frosty too. There are voices outside and knocking on the door. Cries, open up, it is us. So the woman's family. So the family is not just of 8. The 8 has been let in, but others are still waiting. ঠিক আছে, to get in. The woman, is that you, auntie? How are we going to manage now? Shente, my beautiful shop. Oh, such hopes. No sooner opened than it is no more. To the audience, the dinghy which might save us, the straightway sucked into the depths. Too many of the drowning snatch greedily at it. Cries from outside, open up. So everyone is asking for opening the shop so that they can be let in. But Shente is planning otherwise. She is saying the straight end sucked up in the desk. Anything which is straight enough can be destroyed easily, which can be put into numerous problems easily. But if you are a crooked one, if you are a good person with a crooked instinct or the crooked sense, a bit of crooked sense, then you have the chance of sustaining. That is what she is planning to do now. Okay, in next section we will see, in next scene we will see how she is using the crookedness to sustain, take things into her own hands. Before that we will discuss about the interlude. So we end this class over here. Thank you.